Mitro.
My very first coach summit. It was July of 2011, and I got on an airplane with my husband Matt in Pittsburgh and flew out to Las Vegas. I had no idea what I was about to walk into. The magnitude of energy and excitement when you walk into Coach Summit, it just takes your breath away. And I came here just really looking to kind of figure out where I kind of fit in Team Beachbody. You see, at home, in my basement, where I worked out, and also where I had this little makeshift desk, hung a piece of poster board. And on that poster board was magazine clippings and a Sharpie marker written out goals of all the things that I envisioned my life to be, that I believed that Beachbody could do for our family. And I attended every single general session and breakout and workout that I could go to. But it wasn't until a session just like this, and I kind of sat right in the back as you go up into the stands, and I heard one of our former top coaches, and I think it was Josh Spencer. And I don't remember exactly the words that he said, but I remember how I felt. And when he spoke, I said, why not me? If he can achieve success, why not me? He's normal, he's average, he was able to achieve such incredible things. I believe I can do it too. I am gonna take those things that are on that vision board and I'm gonna make them a reality. And I went through the rest of Coach Summit, got on that airplane to go home and started making my plans. You see, it was the shift. It was the belief. It was that I believed that it was possible for me too. The basics of our business, the things that are on that Success Club system tracker, they're not hard. Inviting, following up, adding to your contact list, that's not difficult. But you know what is? It's the stories we tell ourselves as to whether we can or cannot succeed. It's our past, right? It's all of the failures and setbacks that we can let us take out of the game. And today, I just want to walk you through some of the mindsets that I believe are super important in order to be successful, to reach your most healthy and fulfilling life. So, the very first one that we're going to talk about today is this. How many of you have ever said to yourselves, I can't be successful, I won't be fulfilled, right? I won't be happy until I achieve a certain rank? Or maybe it's an income level, or maybe it's a certain size of team, or maybe you won't be happy until you're walking across the stage as an elite or premier coach. And I want to tell you that success, it happens every single step of the way. You don't become that person without walking through all of the things that make you who you are in that moment. You see, I remember sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop, typing up my launch post for when I was going to announce that I was a Beachbody coach. And I had only lost 10 pounds out of the 20, so I wasn't even close to my goal weight yet. And I had 75 friends on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram account, and I don't have a background in sales or network marketing. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. But I believed in my mission. And for a moment, I hesitated. And I started to think to myself, oh my gosh, there's so many other people in the network. Why would anybody want to follow me? My uplines, my mentors, other people in the network, they've got 75,000 followers and they're already rocking their goal body. Who is going to want to follow me as their coach? I had to give myself a gut check in that moment. And I say, Melanie, what can I do right now? What can I do to make an impact exactly where I'm at in the season I am today? And I did this. I got out a sheet of paper and I started to make a list of all the things that I love about the business. I can help people with meal planning. I can share tips on how to go grocery shopping. I love to teach people how to get up in the morning and get motivated to do their workout. out to myself every day, I'm going to focus on the small little things I can do to make an impact on the lives of others. And the second part of this trap we can fall into is we can also say to ourselves, right, that goal, that title is going to make me happy. And what I've learned is that when I attach a meaning to something I'm working towards, it has way more significance. It makes me feel way more fulfilled than just doing what the person next to me is doing or what my success partner is doing. And I'll give you an example. When I was about 6 months into coaching, I had decided to set the goal of earning an extra $500 so that I could pay for our holiday gifts in cash. And it wasn't because, everybody else was setting the goal. I had a meaning behind that. You see, every year, Matt and I would set a budget, and we would say we're only going to spend this much on Christmas, and we would stress, and we would put things on credit cards, and I hated it, and I could just tell it wasn't as joyful as it should be. And so I put that on a note card, and I stuck it on my computer screen, and every day, when I would sit down to work, when I would sit down to do the things that were hard, I would close my eyes and I'd visualize the boys walking down the steps. And I would visualize them opening those Christmas presents, and I would visualize the joy that Matt and I would have knowing that we were able to give them what we wanted to give them. And that neither one of us were going to have to stress. And we weren't going to have to find a way to get it all paid off in January. You see, attach a meaning to the goals that you want, and you're going to find that they fulfill you in ways you never thought possible. The second trap we can fall into, I can't be successful until I have all the answers. Any of you out there, perfectionists? Anybody? Yeah, I see your hands. Anybody out there that says to themselves, right, I have to do every training, I have to go through every script, I have to get on everybody else's team calls and sneak peeks, and I gotta have it all together before I can take the first step. Listen, the most well thought out plans, they always are gonna surprise you. I will tell you that when I heard Marie Forleo say this phrase, everything is figure-outable, in a podcast, I was like, that's it? That's how we do business. That's how we do life. Our marriage doesn't come with an owner's manual. Having kids doesn't come with an owner's manual. Neither does your business. And if you begin to shift your perspective and say to yourself, look, I will find my opportunity within every obstacle, you'll begin to learn these new ways to build success. You see, one of the first challenge groups that I ran, I did this challenge group with my uplines, and Katie came up with this idea. She's like, we're gonna do a bikini boot camp challenge. I was like, great, awesome idea. She made the graphic, she wrote up the text, she had the challenge group guide, we launched this, we posted on social media, we started inviting, and she had all these people signing up for her group, and I had nobody. And I stuck with it because that's what you do. It's consistency over time, it builds results. When we got down to the day that we launched that group, nobody, not one challenger. That could have been a defining moment. I could have walked away. I could have said, I'm not meant for this business. I'm not meant to be successful. But instead, I took a step back. So let me take a look at this. Let me kind of remove myself from the situation. Well, am I somebody that's going on spring break? Am I getting ready to wear a bikini? I mean, those of you that know me, you know that's not true, right? I am wearing yoga pants when my kids were little. I most likely had spit up on my shoulder from one of the boys. My hair definitely was about 5 to 7 days into the dry shampoo. And the only thing that I was thinking about at that time was being able to pull my jeans up and button them without my muffin top hanging over. And so was my audience. So I was marketing wrong. And so instead of giving up, I did a plot twist. I didn't explain why that group didn't work well. I just redid it. And I launched my own challenge group geared towards moms. And I learned. And now I'm here today to share that story. You see, everything is figure-outable. The third trap you can fall into is I need somebody to motivate me. Oh my gosh, how many of you are like, I hear that every single day, right? It comes from your challengers. It comes from your team members. We're always saying, I need somebody to motivate me maybe a little tough love. It's your job to motivate yourself. Nobody else's job but you. I remember, again, that basement and that carpet square and Sean T and the sign that hung on the wall that said, you want to change more than you want to stay the same. And I remember doing push-ups, I remember doing burpees, and I remember crying in the floor saying, yes, I want to change. The pain of staying the same is the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. And yeah, my initial goals, they were about a number on the scale. Yep, they were definitely about fitting into a certain pant size, looking a certain way in a dress when I went to a wedding. But what about when we get there? What about when we achieve those goals? They don't just stop. I had to keep going. I had to find something new that I was going to focus on. So I started focusing on how do I, my goals were now focused on being a good example to my kids. And when I eat better, I feel better. I can perform better. I can be a better leader, a better coach when I'm mentally clear. And it's the same thing with coaching. I'm not the same person that I was in 2011. And I'm so glad that I'm not. And my goals have changed, and what motivated me back then, yes, it was great. It helped teach me to level up, right? To dream a little bit bigger. And here I am today, and I will tell you not every day is easy. And I will tell you that the past 6 months probably have been the hardest for me when it comes to motivation. Because what do you do when you achieve some of the biggest goals in your life? Where do you go next? How do you stay inspired? How do you stay excited? How do you still put your feet on the ground and be excited about running a challenge group or signing up new coaches when you've been doing it for 8 years? Well, you learn to redefine yourself. You learn to redefine your significance. And instead of getting complacent, instead of stopping and just saying, I'm happy here, I started to get quiet. I've really begun to listen to personal development, not just any personal development, but what are the things that I need in my soul right now, right? So now it's like listening to podcasts that are helping me to say, okay, how do you define your purpose? How do you find success at the next stage of the game? And I've been studying other successful business owners and what they do. And it's really helped me to find the joy in the small things, such as leading, not always from the front, but from the back. From inspiring people to level up, to get out of their comfort zone, to know that they are worthy of achieving the goals that they have set for themselves. But it's just like a muscle. Motivation doesn't come easy. It takes a lot of hard work, and it's required me to have a heck of a lot of patience. So get clear on what drives you. If you're finding yourself saying, I don't know what motivates me in this moment, get clear on your why. What do you love about what you do? Write it out, get quiet, pray on it, and then go out there and know that your job, you're just getting warmed up. There are so many ways you can make an impact through Beachbody. And the next trap we can fall into, is the fourth one, is we can get so focused on our income that we sometimes forget that our main job is to make an impact. You see, Matt and I were sitting on the couch one evening with a glass of wine, we're just chatting about business and my back office, and he was talking about, my paycheck that week, and I said, Matt, I don't even look at my back office paycheck on Thursday mornings. I've never been that way. Now, no, don't get me wrong, I pay attention. I know, the income that's coming in, but it's not my primary focus, because people are my focus. And I know that when I serve, and when I serve well, and I serve with integrity and heart, I know that opportunities will always become open for me. And so I've always approached my business in this way. I put every single morning when my feet hit the ground, I say, how am I gonna make an impact today? And it is at the basic level, the granular level of the conversations I'm having. And I'll be talking to a friend, and I'll message Sally, and I'll say, Sally, I just saw your 4th of July family picture. You guys look great. The kids are getting so big. I miss running into you in the pickup line at preschool. How are you doing? She says, oh, Melanie, I've been secretly following you, and I really need to get motivated again. And instead of jumping in like flies on crap, I step back and I say, look, I'm not gonna invite her to challenge group just yet. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna ask her questions. I'm gonna say, what's going on? Why are you not feeling motivated? We were doing Transform 20 together. Tell me about what's happening. She starts to tell me about her family and how busy she is, and that her baby isn't sleeping through the night, and her kids are so busy with practices at night that she doesn't have time to cook healthy meals. And so again, instead of offering that challenge group, I lean in, and I say, Sally, some of the things that help me were I set my alarm on the other side of the room, so I have to physically get out of bed to shut it off. That helps me get up. And you know what? There are times where I've slept in my workout clothes because then that alarm goes off, I'm ready to go, there's no excuses. And other times, I said, you know one of my favorite books is Miracle Morning. And you can listen to that while you're driving the kids to and from practice. That really helped me get in the mindset of just how important it is for me to take care of myself, for me to put me first. And Sally responds, she says, oh my gosh, Melanie, thank you so much. I think I really need an accountability partner. Do you have a challenge group? Serve. When you serve, you will have an opportunity to make an impact that creates an income. So every day, how do you serve the people that are right in front of you? And the fifth mindset trap is the leadership trap. You're all leaders right now. I don't care if you signed up yesterday or if you've been here for 10 years. You're a leader. Leadership is not defined by a title. It's defined by your actions. It's defined by what's on the inside. And John Maxwell has a book talking about the characteristics and the qualities of a leader. And there's not a title next to any of those things. It is about integrity and heart and discipline and consistency in the way you show up and the way you grow and the way you handle adversity. And you get to do that right now every single day in your life. By using your current obstacles that you are facing and using those as a way to show other people that they can get through it, that you can rise up, right? That you can become the person you want to become through the challenges that you're facing. There are so many people that I see on social media that have these high-ranking titles, and I go, I want to follow them into a burning building. I'd never get to the other side. There's a lot of people that are just quiet, don't have a title. I don't even know what their title is, but I trust them. I know they'd give me the shirt off their back. Everything they say, they do. They lead with heart, they lead with integrity. That's the kind of people we want to be. That's the kind of mindset we want to have every single day as we are building this business. We are leaders exactly where we're at right now, regardless if you're on this stage or you're all the way up there on the top. So, as we close our time out today, guys, this is something that helps me. Because I won't sugarcoat it. I know that this business is hard. I know it presents us with challenges. And I know it's really easy to focus on all the things that we did wrong, all the things on our to-do list that we didn't accomplish today. So in the morning, I wake up and I do this practice of gratitude. And it's about the last year, I've been really consistent about waking up and journaling what I'm grateful for. I think about the way that I want my day to go and how I want to interact with people. I make sure that I get my mindset right before I start having conversations with my coaches and my challengers. And I have my daily affirmations. So I start my day right. But at the end of the day, before I go to bed at night, I pull that journal out and I say to myself, what did I do today that made an impact? Little things. Did I help somebody sell their first challenge pack? Did I make my first commission? Did I help, my sister-in-law lose her first 5 pounds on a brand new program? Did I not yell at my kids at the grocery store? I feel like that's making an impact too. So we can add that to the list, all right? Everything goes on the list. Because when it gets hard, you can go back through and you can say, what's my impact score? Did I make an impact today? How did I improve the lives of others? And then every day you're going to start to wake up and you're going to start to have that mindset. I'm making an impact right where I am right now. I belong here, perfectly imperfect, I think about that vision board that hung in my basement, and I know it is possible for you too. You belong here, you are worthy of success, and you are going to do great things. Thank you.
Please welcome